everyone! So today we are back with a new lesson talking about one of the most important parts of Cebuano language, case markers. What is a case marker? Nouns in Cebuano, unlike pronouns, do not change their form. Instead, they are preceded by particles also known as case markers. A case marker shows the noun or noun phrase's role in a sentence with respect to the focus of the verb. Cebuano case markers function similarly as articles the or a in English. Just similar, but technically, they're not the same. So there are two groups for case markers, one for non-personal or common nouns, and another group for personal nouns. But in today's episode, we will just talk about the ones for common nouns. For common nouns, these markers are ang, og, and sa. Each shows the role of a noun placed in a Cebuano sentence. They have their own specific meanings, and these can be used interchangeably. For example, ang libro ni Ana. As mentioned earlier, a marker always comes in before the noun. It always precedes it along with any modifying words, such as adjectives. In this sample sentence, the ang marker here precedes the word libro, which means book. So this sentence means the book of Ana, or Ana's book. The ni here is also a noun marker, but for a personal noun, which we will discuss in another video. Nangita siya og pagkaon. The noun that is being preceded here by the marker og is pagkaon, which means food. Nangita siya og pagkaon. He or she is looking for food. Mobisita sila sa Pilipinas. They will visit the Philippines. To understand it much better, let's get more in depth with them one by one. First stop, ang. Ang plato sa lamesa. Plato here means plate and lamesa is table. Between these two nouns, one of them was marked with ang, which is the word plato. In general, the noun that was marked with a case marker ang determines the main topic of the sentence. In this case, we are talking about the plate on a table. Let's do another example. Gikuha ni Ben ang lapis. Could you identify what are we mainly talking about in the sentence? If you answered lapis, that's correct. And lapis means pencil. Gikuha ni Ben ang lapis. Ben took the pencil. The pencil is the star of our sentence here. So if you might ask, what if I want Ben to be the focus of the sentence? I want to emphasize or make Ben the main topic. Can I just use ang for Ben here? The simple answer is no. As mentioned earlier, these case markers are not interchangeable. You cannot say, gikuha ang Ben sa lapis or something. It wouldn't make sense. Plus, Ben is not a common noun. It's a personal noun which would need the marker si. On top of that, the prefix of our verb here is gi, which is an object-focused prefix. But we'll not dive further into that one now, as we're only going to focus on the common noun markers in this lesson. Here's another example. Gikaon niya ang saging. What are we talking about in this sentence? Saging, which is the word for banana in Cebuano. Gikaon niya means he or she ate. Gikaon niya ang saging. He ate the banana. Basically, when we construct a sentence, we mark what's the most important or the main topic or idea of the sentence with the noun marker ang. The marker ang can be omitted in colloquial speech. That's why you might encounter or might have already encountered natives or Cebuano speakers that tend to drop the ang when speaking sometimes. Next on the list, sa. This marker has a variety of functions. It can mark spatial location, temporal location, a goal, dative, nominal, among others. I know, it sounds very technical and might be a bit daunting at first, but don't let it scare you. Let's go through it one by one. Perhaps we could start with the usual usage of it. Location or the place. Niadto siya sa Davao. In this sentence, the marked noun is Davao, which is the location. It's a city in the southeastern part of the Philippines. Niadto siya sa Davao. Niadto means went, and siya could be either he or she. And where did this person go? Sa Davao. Niadto siya sa Davao. She went to Davao. Alright, let's do another example. Gibutang nako sa lamesa. Gibutang nako is I put. But where did I put it? Sa lamesa. On the table. So in this sentence, we use the marker sa for the table because it shows the location. The location are the place where I put the thing. Here's another example to make it much clearer. Gusto ko magsulat sa papel. The first three words, gusto ko magsulat, means I wanna write. But where do I wanna write it? Sa papel. Papel means paper. Gusto ko magsulat sa papel. I wanna write on a paper. Was that clear? Alright, let's proceed to the next function of this marker. Temporal location. What does temporal mean? It relates to time. Mutawag siya sa Domingo. Mutawag means will call. Siya could again mean he or she. So he or she will call. But when? Sa Domingo. On Sunday. Mutawag siya sa Domingo. He will call on Sunday. Another example. Giingon to niya sa sugod, which means he said that in the beginning. Sugod means the start or the beginning. Here, it's marked by the marker sa because it denotes a temporal location or time. So, when did he say that? In the beginning. Sa sugod. Sa can also mark a common noun to indicate accompaniment. Nanganta mi karon sa akong amigo. I am singing now with my friend. The sa here marked akong amigo as we are marking my friend to be my companion in singing right now. Sa marks the reason or cause. Walay klase ugma tungod sa bagyo. There's no class tomorrow because of the typhoon. The typhoon here is the reason why there's no class tomorrow. Hence, it was marked by the marker sa. The marker sa could also mark the target, goal, or recipient of an emotion or action. We could also call it beneficiary. If the nominal is a common noun, we use the marker sa. But if it is a personal noun, the marker kang should be used instead. To make it clear, let's look at this example. Dili sila ganahan sa imong amiga. Dili sila ganahan means they don't like. But who is the person that they don't like? The one marked with a sa marker, which in this sentence is imong amiga or your friend. You should note that you cannot put the marker sa before amiga here since we have this possessive pronoun which is the imong or your. The marker should always come before it. Dili siya ganahan sa imong amiga. They don't like your friend. But what if the name of that friend is being used instead? For example, Anne. Since Anne is a personal noun, we should use the marker kang instead. Dili siya ganahan kang Anne. This kang is also being used interchangeably with the word kay. Dili siya ganahan kay Anne. Next example. Gipalit to niya para sa iyang anak. Gipalit to niya means she bought that. Para means for. As a side note, this one is a Spanish loanword. The Cebuano word for it is alang. You might still hear alang these days, but in a usual daily conversation, para is much more common. So the bought item here is for whom? Para sa iyang anak. Iyang anak here means either his or her son or daughter. Gipalit to niya para sa iyang anak. She bought that for her son. We use the sa marker here since anak is a common noun. Another example for this one is gibuhat nako to para sa imuha. Imuha here means the beneficiary you. I did that for whom? For you. Para sa imuha or para sa imo. The marker sa also links possessor and possessed entity in a possessive construction. Unsay trabaho sa inyong anak? A question asking the job of your son or daughter. The possessed entity here is the job, and we use the marker sa to link the job to the possessor, which in this sentence is your son. The noun marker sa can also mark the actor or agent as long as it's a common noun. For example, gikuha sa bata ang lapis. The kid took the pencil. In this sentence, we have two case markers. The sa, which marks the bata or the kid, and the ang for lapis or pencil. Who took the pencil? The kid or bata. So in this sentence, it was marked with sa. What did the kid take? The pencil or lapis. Therefore, it was marked with ang because that's the main topic or the focus of the sentence. Sa is under the non-focus markers list, same with our next marker, which is og. The og marker identifies the noun as a non-focus, usually the direct object of the sentence. This marker marks a non-specific noun and is never used to mark an actor. This is similar to a or some in English, but not directly translated as such. So what is a direct object? A direct object is a word or noun phrase denoting a person or thing that receives the action of a transitive verb. Direct objects can be found by asking questions, what was verbed? Or what received the action of the verb? For example, mupalit ka og bola? Are you going to buy a ball? What is being verbed here? The ball. So, bola here was marked og. Nagtukod sila og balay. They are building a house. The balay here is a direct object, which receives the action of the verb tukod, which means building in the sentence. Another example. Leah will take 2 dresses. Mukuha si Leah og duha ka sinina. We're marking the noun phrase duha ka sinina here, which means 2 dresses with og, as it's the direct object that Leah would like to take. It's the recipient of the action that she is going to act on. But hey, isn't the thing that the ang marker earlier also being verbed or receives the action of the verb? Note that ang marks the focus of the sentence, whereas the og here marks the noun as a non-focus. So in this sentence, for example, the 2 dresses are non-focus and are not the most important thing here. It's the next important thing of the sentence, and Leah is the main star or focus. Focus in the sense of she is the main thing that is being talked about, the subject of the sentence, and the 2 dresses are the objects. I hope these examples and explanations clear up the usages of these markers. So now, let's put to a test on how much you've learned today. Your goal is to supply the necessary marker in each of the following sentences, clause, or phrase that will be provided. You will have 5 seconds to answer each, but if you need more time, just pause the video and you can take your time. Andam na ba ka? Are you ready? Alright, let's start with an easy one. La mesa. Ang lamesa. The drinking glass on the table. Ang baso sa lamesa. I took a cup. Nagkuha ko og tasa. We will go somewhere on Saturday. Mulakaw mi sa Sabado. We drank the beer. Giinom namo ang beer. He will bring food. Magdala siya og pagkaon. The monkey will go here in the Philippines. Moadto ang unggoy diri sa Pilipinas. I gave him money. Gitagaan ako siya og kwarta. Did you get everything right? If yes, that's a great job. That's very impressive. If not, that's totally fine as well. Just keep on practicing or rewatch this whole video if needed until you get the hang of it. It's a lot to take in one go, but I'm sure with practice, it will become your second nature one day soon. So that's it for today. Unta, nalingaw mo masking gamay karong adlaw. I hope you had some fun learning more in depth about these common noun markers in Cebuano language. In our next video, we'll be going to discuss the markers for personal nouns. Have an awesome day or night, and see you on the next one. Amping!